Welcome to the National Transport Research Awards for Excellence. My name's Michael Caltabiano. I'm from ARRB, the Australian Road Research Board, and we're here in ARRB's National Transport Research Organisation headquarters in Port Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Welcome to all our colleagues from across Australia, New Zealand and the world. Over the next half an hour, we'll be going through 4 wonderful awards and one very special award covering areas of local government innovation, research industry partnerships, sustainable transport infrastructure, a Research Rising Star Award, and most importantly, the most prestigious award of all, the Lifetime Contribution Award. Here in Port Melbourne, we are standing in front of Australia's most sophisticated infrastructure materials testing facility within ARRB's building at Port Melbourne, a wonderful centre of excellence for Australia and New Zealand on the research front for innovations. These awards are being held for the very first time in a virtual environment, and they're brought to you by ARRB's Impact team, who have traversed the country, brought to you awards from every part of ARRB's operation across Australia to celebrate this wonderful bringing together of the research community across Australia. This is the 60th anniversary for the National Transport Research Organisation, ARRB. We have a wonderful legacy of achievement over the last 60 years, shaping the transport future for Australia and New Zealand. And as we look forward over the next few years of contributing more to that success, we will do so through 5 key areas. Our Future Transport Infrastructure Group will be looking at what next generation materials enable us to build the research platform for the future for the next generation of infrastructure. Our Future Transport Systems team will be enabling that infrastructure to cope in a connected and automated world. Our Safer Road and Infrastructure Group will be producing safer road systems to leave a legacy that makes sure that no Australian dies on our roads in the future. Our Sustainability and Resilience team will enable the resilient road infrastructure platforms of the future to enable communities to stay connected. And our Road Asset Performance Group will do the infrastructure measurement and the asset performance outcomes for our road systems. I wish all nominees every success and hand you over to your hosts for this evening, Georgia O'Connor and Jimmy Nguyen.
Hi, I'm Georgia O'Connor, Senior Professional Engineer in the Road Asset Performance team here in Melbourne.
And I'm Jimmy Nguyen, a Senior Professional in the Governance and Compliance team also in Melbourne. We're here to tell you a little bit about what you can find in today's video.
Today we're here to celebrate the virtual National Transport Research Awards. To start off with, I'd like to thank our guest judges, who had the hard task of selecting our winners today in each of the categories. A huge thank you to Ms. Julia Page, Managing Director and CEO of the Victorian Endowment of Science, Knowledge and Innovation, better known as VESCI. Dr. Mary Lydon, Immediate Past Director of the Centre of Automotive Safety Research and former General Manager of Research here at ARRB. Dr. Gary Dolman, PSM, Immediate Past Head of Bureau of Infrastructure, Transport and Regional Economics, Department of Infrastructure, Transport, Cities and Regional Development. Mr. Praveen Reddy, Executive Director of Freight Victoria in the Department of Transport, and our awards convener, Dr. Mike Shackleton, Chief Research Officer here with us at ARRB.
And now we'd like to introduce Madeline McManus, OAM. Madeline is the Director of Industry Engagement for the Faculty of Engineering and the Faculty of IT at Monash University, and she will be delivering today's guest message.
Good evening all. It is my real pleasure to be with you to celebrate the National Transportation Research Awards for ARRB across Australia. I would like to acknowledge that we are celebrating this evening's events on many Indigenous lands across the country, and I am currently situated on the lands of the Kulin Nation, and I would like to acknowledge their elders past, present and future. I sincerely wish we could all be here together to celebrate in person the achievement of ARRB's 60th anniversary and all of the amazing award finalists for this year's awards, as we did last year pre-COVID. Who can forget that amazing opening sequence with the light-up dancers on roller skates who came on stage for the opening act. I was all up for recreating something along those lines with Michael, but realistically, I had to acknowledge that my recently acquired tap dancing skills were not quite ready for national debut, but stay tuned. COVID has created an environment many of us could have never really imagined. Even if as leaders we had previously been part of various scenario planning situations, I challenge that none of us would have understood the actual reality of the pandemic. I tend to look at things from a what's possible angle, even when the situation is daunting. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and challenging situations present opportunities to apply and gain new knowledge and approaches, innovate and collaborate, whilst building resilience and helping you to discover your true character and develop strengths you never knew you possessed. Innovation, collaboration, and curiosity developed via a continual learning pathway is essential for transformational leadership in these challenging times, which have required us to focus on how to survive, revive, and thrive post-COVID. A healthy disregard for the impossible is one of my favourite sayings, but I think it positions what mindset we need to be in to work out how we can quickly revive and thrive, as we can contextualise in a global sense the unprecedented shock across every aspect of how we live our lives, from social and community to business, industry, government, and academia. In these uncertain times, we need to be able to demonstrate transformational leadership with a high focus on agility, innovation, curiosity, and lifelong learning. The traditional leadership model encourages you to accumulate and exercise power in an organisational sense. To be a transformational leader, you will need to be innovative and agile in the current environment, and you want to encourage your people to develop and flourish. They can then reach their maximum potential, which creates a long-term and lasting positive impact for both themselves and the business. When you have real meaning to your work, it motivates you to go that extra mile in times of crisis, which is strongly what we need for post-COVID. As we stand here virtually, celebrating the achievements of ARRB in the past 60 years, we also celebrate the transformational leadership of ARRB leaders past and present, who have delivered innovation across road safety, infrastructure asset management, roads engineering and materials design, autonomous vehicles, and sustainability. Pioneers of the industry, such as Dr. Max Ley, AM, have been real disruptors and innovators who have instigated great achievements and outcomes across the whole industry for the benefit of the community. ARRB is well positioned to thrive in post-COVID as they respond to deliver intelligent transport solutions to ensure our cities are connected, safer, productive, greener, and smarter. I have been fortunate throughout my career to be mentored by a range of leaders in their field, including Dr. Max Ley, AM, also the pioneers of the Australian engineering construction industry, Dr. John Connell, who essentially was the designer, and Sir John Holland, who was the constructor. Also my father, Emeritus Professor, Professor Kerry McManus, who is well known in roads and construction. More recently, I have been mentored by the female Chief Engineer of Lockheed Martin and the Chief Engineer of HB Incorporated in Silicon Valley. I can distill their advice into a few salient points which I have applied with gusto throughout my career as I navigate new challenges. 1. Find your passion and use this to make an impact, both in your profession and in your community. 2. Have a healthy regard for the impossible. Don't just say, no, it cannot be done. Say, why not? Create the possible. Always work on something that's both uncomfortable and exciting. And 3, and this happens to be my favourite, it actually steals a little bit from a quote from one of the founders of Google: get a little crazy, follow your curiosity, be ambitious, and I think you also need to challenge yourself. This combined approach allows you to connect in ways you'd never imagined and take you on unintended, exciting pathways. I had all of this in mind just over 10 years ago when I was thrust into the role of Chair of Engineers Australia for Victoria as the youngest and the first woman to do so, while simultaneously Victoria experienced its worst ever disaster, the Black Saturday bushfires. Engineers Australia then was more a traditional organisation and were not well positioned to respond in an agile manner to assist in the rebuild. Interestingly enough, they were very agile when it came to offshore disaster management and response, but there was no internal structure to support a local disaster at the magnitude of the Black Saturday bushfires. I would describe it as a baptism of fire in terms of understanding what was required to quickly scope the actions and activities for the rebuild, and then managing that execution across 25,000 members in Victoria for Engineers Australia. From the get-go, I was insistent that anyone on the team had the attitude that we were going to work together in collaboration to make a positive impact for the community and work in partnership, rather than an attitude of some of the members who wanted to attribute blame and cause. The team was innovative and agile and was able to pivot and address a range of issues that were planned and, of course, some that were not. The resulting team was able to engage across a wide stakeholder landscape, including the local bushfire-affected communities, various professional associations, government authorities like VicRoads, water, telcos and power, etc. We harnessed a large amount of goodwill and expertise, which actively helped rebuild the affected communities in both an efficient and sustainable manner. Helping to rebuild the community gave many people across the engineering landscape a real passion and focus of purpose, that they then brought significant innovations to the table on behalf of the community. As I have actively benefited from the support, mentorship and sponsoring of senior leaders in the industry, I have a real passion to give back in a similar fashion. In recent years, I have appointed to be a board director of an organisation called RoboGirls, who actively profile, promote and provide hands-on workshops to encourage girls at primary and secondary schools to follow a STEM pathway. I feel this is still very important, as in my own engineering profession, we still only have 12% females represented. RoboGirls has now delivered robotic workshops to hundreds of thousands of girls nationally and internationally, and I have seen personally how many girls are attracted directly into engineering as a result. It is an absolute joy to be able to have an impact in an organisation that directly creates pathways for what's possible for girls in STEM. If I can crystallise my takeaway for you this evening from my words, I think innovation, collaboration and curiosity developed via a continual learning pathway is essential for transformational leadership in these challenging COVID times. And I would encourage you to adopt the mindset of having a healthy disregard for the impossible, so you can be up for the challenge to innovate, to revive and thrive post-COVID. But equally as important is to find something you are passionate about to ensure that you also pay it forward. Please join me in raising a glass to celebrate 60 years of ARRB's achievements and congratulate this year's finalists for ARRB's National Transport Virtual Awards for 2020. Santé, bonne soirée et merci.
Thank you, Madeline. Before we get into it, I would like to start by congratulating all of our shortlisted nominees, because being nominated for a National Transport Research Award is an achievement of its own. So without further ado, the National Transport Research Awards will be presented today across 5 categories.
The Local Government Innovation Award,
The Research Industry Partnership Award,
Sustainable Transport Infrastructure Award,
the Research Rising Star Award,
and Lifetime Contribution Award.
To present our first award, the Local Government Innovation Award, will now cross to our Sydney office with Renita Engage.
Hi, I'm Renita Sen and I am a Senior Technology Leader in the Road Asset Performance team in Sydney.
And I'm Gage Hodson, a Senior Professional in the Transport Safety team, also in Sydney. Today we'll be presenting the Local Government Innovation Award.
This award is made to an Australian or New Zealand local government councils or a group of councils and their employees who have implemented an innovative design or practice that relates to transportation and in doing so provided benefit to the ratepayers and other stakeholders.
The shortlisted nominees are Edge Sealing of Asphalt Repairs, Gold Coast City Council; Electronic Wildlife Signage, Mornington Peninsula Shire Council; Smart City by Parking Optimisation, Mornington Peninsula Shire Council.
And the winner is Gold Coast City Council for their edge sealing of asphalt repairs innovation. This entry shows that innovation can be both simple and effective. The vital ingredient is just having a go, as the Gold Coast Council have done. Whilst the improved method for edge sealing asphalt repairs will be largely invisible to the travelling public, it will have significant benefits in improving the safety and comfort of travel, reducing the cost and reducing the frequency of roadworks. We will cross over to Rod Kennedy at Gold Coast City Council for a response.
Hi, I'm Rod Kennedy, Sydney Coordinator Roads, Drainage and Foreshore Maintenance with the City of Gold Coast. And it's my pleasure to accept the National Transport Research Award Local Government Innovation for our edge sealing of asphalt repairs project. Over the years, the City of Gold Coast has tried varying methods and products for asphalt patch sealing with limited success. In October 2018, the City of Gold Coast was introduced to a new asphalt taping product to prevent water ingress into joints when completing asphalt patch repairs. A 6-month trial was undertaken with very successful results, and at the time the City approved the use of hot applied AEDT asphalt joint tape on all asphalt patches. During the extreme hot weather events of 2009, the City moved away from a heat applied tape to a cold applied tape product. As this tape did not require heating, it had immediate installation, environmental and workplace health and safety advantages of not requiring any hot works and no specialist equipment to apply. If the road is clean and dry and over 15 degrees, the tape is simply rolled out and tamped down. The product gives a neat, professional finish to the repair that is aesthetically pleasing compared to other sealing options. In the last 12 months, the City of Gold Coast has installed over 16 kilometres of AEDT asphalt joint tape around its asphalt repairs, with 9.5 kilometres of that being installed by council crews. Thank you for bestowing the National Transport Research Award Local Government Innovation to the City of Gold Coast for our edge sealing of asphalt repair project.
Congrats again to Gold Coast City, and we'll now introduce Brooke and Alex from Queensland to present the next award.
Hello, I'm Brooke Young, a professional in the Transport Safety team in the Brisbane office.
And I'm Alex Aldana, a Senior Professional for Future Transport Infrastructure, also here in Brisbane. And we are here to present Research Industry Partnership Award.
This award is awarded to partnerships comprising of at least one Australian or New Zealand research entity and at least one industry partner whose activities have made a significant improvement to transportation operations or transport infrastructure, and in doing so achieve considerable impact for the community.
The shortlisted nominees are Best Practice Guides for Local Government, ARRB Local Council and Practitioners, Mobile Phone Detection Camera Transport for New South Wales Technology Providers, Robotic Transfer Profiler for High Provision Pavement Measurements, Nanocom Research Team, and ARRB.
And the winner is Transport for New South Wales, acknowledging technology providers for their mobile phone detection camera initiative. Transport for New South Wales are the winner of this award because this award recognises that the Transport for New South Wales-led team did not let diverse legal, political and social barriers get in the way of trying to minimise the impact of a growing social and road safety problem. They were also unafraid to contemplate and adopt significant technical innovations. The solution they adopted has great potential for their implementation in other jurisdictions. We will now offer Transport for New South Wales an opportunity to respond.
proud to accept this award on behalf of Transport for New South Wales. Transport for New South Wales has led the world in introducing innovative automated camera enforcement technology to tackle the problem of illegal mobile phone use while driving. In New South Wales, since 2012, there have been at least 202 casualty crashes involving a driver or a rider using a handheld mobile phone. And that's resulted in 18 deaths and 271 injuries. The program is expanding with the aim of checking over 135 million vehicles annually through cameras operating statewide across fixed and transportable systems. From the time the program began operation on the 1st of March of this year until the end of October, the program has checked over 45.3 million vehicles. On average, around 1 in every 432 drivers is checked in New South Wales and detected to illegally be using a mobile phone. And we've issued around 98,000 penalty notices. New South Wales is the first jurisdiction in the world to have overcome the many challenges this project presented, and has helped pave the way for other jurisdictions to introduce similar life-saving technology. To deliver the program, we worked with industry to support them to meet rigorous government, legal and community requirements. Camera technology and artificial intelligence software was developed and integrated to meet privacy, policy and regulatory obligations. This award is a testament of the great collaboration between key industry partners with the one goal to ensure we keep everyone safe on our roads.
Congrats to Transport for New South Wales. We will now throw you to Madeleine and Malcolm in our South Australia office.
Thanks, guys. I'm Madeline Beckerback, Principal Professional in the Transport Safety Team in South Australia.
And I'm Malcolm Mack, a Senior Professional, also in the Transport Safety Team.
And we'll be presenting the Sustainable Transport Infrastructure Award.
This award is made to any organisation or group of organisations that has implemented innovative, science-based practice to improve the sustainability of elements of Australia's and New Zealand's transportation infrastructure. For the purposes of this award, sustainability can be interpreted in its broadest sense, including environmental, economic, social, or any combination thereof.
The shortlisted nominees are Ipswich Connected Vehicle Pilot by Queensland Transport and Main Roads, acknowledging their partners. East Boundary Road Crumb Rubber Asphalt Demonstration Trial by ARRB, acknowledging the Department of Transport Victoria, Tide Stewardship Australia and the Australian Asphalt Pavement Association. And the final nominee is the Wheelie Compact Public Bicycle Storage by Monash University and the Department of Transport Victoria.
And the winner is the East Boundary Road Crumb Rubber Asphalt Trial, awarded to the Department of Transport Victoria, High Stewardship Australia, the Australian Asphalt Pavement Association and ARRB. They are the winners of this award because the judges felt that the Crumb Rubber Demonstration Asphalt Trial is a perfect example of what can be achieved when a group of diverse organisations work together to challenge established methods. The results have a potential to produce major environmental and economic benefits and also encourage others to look for even more innovative solutions. We'll now hear an acknowledgement from Tide Stewardship Australia on behalf of the team.
My name's Liam O'Keefe and I'm really proud and grateful to receive this National Transport Research Award on behalf of Tide Stewardship Australia. The awards for Sustainable Transport Innovation for the East Boundary Crumb Rubber Demonstration Project delivered in partnership with the Australian Road Research Board and Victorian Department of Transport. Firstly, I'd like to thank Victorian DAT. They've shown great leadership in using crumb rubber for the last 20, 30, 40 years, and this is a representation of that innovation. I'd like to thank Andrew Papakostas, Arthur and Nick and the whole team. They're great to work with. Also the ARRB team, Didier, Samantha, Melissa, Steve and Michael Caltabiano for his collaborative approach and leadership. Also Joe at the Australian Road Research Board. TSA has committed over $3 million to around 20 projects over the last 5 years, generating thousands of tonnes of consumption of crumb rubber in the road sector, which has seen a doubling of consumption of crumb rubber in Western Australia, similar again in Queensland, and we've seen a real transformation of the market. The road sector is leading. Always asked to do more for the resource recovery sector, but this is a demonstration of how the road sector is leading and represents circular economy at its finest, in a sense, with using crumb rubber from tyres that are driven on roads and using them to make roads better. It's a great story. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank the Australian Asphalt Pavement Association, in particular Norbert and Rob Boss, who's been a great leader for the sector for many years. Also Eric, who used to work there but is still in the sector and provides a lot of leadership. Azim has been a great support, as is John Rebecki. Also like to thank representatives from the TSA team, Tammy Miller for her work with this project, and Lena Goodman, who's been a great force at Tyre Stewardship Australia for the last couple of years, getting us on the right track and helping us deliver projects like this. So thank you to the National Transport Research Group for awarding Tyre Stewardship Australia this award. We're very grateful, and it's a testament to the work that the sector has put in for many years. So thank you once again.
Congratulations to the Department of Transport Victoria, Tyre Stewardship Australia, the Australian Asphalt Pavement Association and ARRB. We'll now throw to Catherine and Stephen in our Western Australian office.
Thank you, Madeline. I'm Catherine Legrand, a professional in the Future Transport Infrastructure team in Western Australia.
And I'm Stephen Middleton, also in the Future Transport Infrastructure team here in Western Australia.
We're presenting the Research Rising Star Award.
This award is made to an Australian or New Zealand-based researcher under the age of 35 years, who has made significant progress in tackling transport-related problem in the previous 12 months as a part of their research activities. Nominees must be able to identify when they are a part of a research team and their specific contribution to the progress made.
The shortlisted nominees are Kamara Jailith from the Queensland University of Technology, Dr. Amy Killen from Monash University, and Dr. Nigel Jalaju from the Australian Road Research Board. The judges felt that all three of these nominees would have been worthy winners, and it gives us great confidence that the future of transportation research is in good hands. The adjudicators were unable to declare a single winner, so close was the competition, and so have indicated that this year there are joint winners, both strongly endorsed by senior industry figures with whom they have worked.
And the winners are Dr. Nijin Jalaju from the Australian Road Research Board and Dr. Amy Killen from Monash University. The judges said that Dr. Jalaju stands out because of her ability and willingness to embrace both the scientific rigour of research and the adaptation required to put that research into practice. They also felt that Dr. Killen's effort to tackle an issue that many regard as low profile, but which causes millions of dollars in unnecessary expense, in its own way is revolutionary. We'll now give each of them an opportunity to respond.
Hi everyone. Firstly, thank you to the Australian Road Research Board and the panel of judges for this honour. I'd like to also thank Professor Graham Curry and those involved in establishing the SEP Group. This is a graduate research program that partners students with industry to help address public transport challenges. And it was through this program that I was given the opportunity to explore how design intervention could be used to help tackle vandalism in Melbourne's rail network. A big thank you, therefore, goes to Metro Trains Melbourne for sponsoring the research and for providing mentorship. Throughout this project, I was supported by my supervisors, Dr. Selby Coxon and Dr. Robbie Napa at the Monash Mobility Design Lab, as well as my supervisor at Metro, Mr. Brendan Connors. It was through their guidance and the help and support of many others that helped make this project a success. And I hope that the work helps highlight the potential of design in addressing future transport challenges. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm truly thrilled to have been selected as the winner of the Research Rising Star Award. First of all, I would like to thank the assessment panel for selecting me for this award. It's an absolute honor. I would also like to express my appreciation to those who nominated me and endorsed my nomination. Your recognition means a great deal to me. I deeply thank my colleagues, specifically Dr. Didier Bodin, Dr. Jeff Jameson, and Dr. Michael Moffat for their care and, most importantly, their continuous mentoring and advice. And also thanks to Mr. Andrew Papakostas from the Department of Transport Victoria and Mr. Damien Volker from the Queensland Department of Transport and Main Roads for providing interesting research project opportunities and for their support as well. I would also like to thank my former supervisors, colleagues, and friends during my master's and PhD research studies, a time which had a great impact on shaping my research philosophy. And of course, a special thank to my husband Kaveh for his immeasurable support and motivation, and to my family for their continuous encouragement and support. Finally, I would like to say that it's a truly exceptional and rewarding experience to work in such an amazing and highly professional team at ARRB and to be involved in the world-class research projects here, which also benefit others in the transport engineering sector to implement our research outcomes into their projects. Thank you.
Congratulations to Dr. Jalaju and Dr. Killen. We'll now head back to Queensland for the final award of the day. We're honoured to introduce Neil Scales, OBE, Director General of the Department of Transport and Main Roads and the Deputy Chair of the Australian Road Research Board, to present the Lifetime Contribution Award.
Hello everyone, I'm Neil Scales, the Vice Chair of ARRB, and it's great to be part of the virtual awards ceremony, and it's in these very unusual COVID times that we're living in, that I'm having to do this down the line when I'd much rather be seeing real people in a real setting. But it's great to be part of the awards. And this year we've got the National Lifetime Contribution Award finalists. So I'm pleased to announce the finalists are Dr. Philip Laird from the University of Wollongong, Dr. Tim Martin from ARRB, Dr. Greg Stevenson from our colleagues in Brisbane City Council, and our very own Lex van der Steer from TMR. So you'll see bits about them soon, and then we'll pick a winner.
Thank you, Neil. And the winner of the Lifetime Contribution Award for 2020 is Lex van der Steer from the Queensland Department of Transport and Main Roads.
The adjudicators noted that, as always, this was the hardest category to judge, as all 4 nominees met the criteria for the Lifetime Achievement Award. They selected Lex van der Steer on the basis of his dedication to excellence and innovation throughout his career of 50 years. He has been responsible for many initiatives to improve the transport system and has inspired others to continue to look for their next improvements. We will now hear from Lex.
I feel greatly honoured to be receiving the ARRB National Transportation Research Award, Lifetime Contribution. As far as I'm concerned, I've just followed the line which my employer, Queensland Transport and Main Roads, required of me, which was to do the best I can and to promote and implement research outcomes. During my employment, I spent many years undertaking geotech investigations, and was lucky enough to be able to review the results of this work during construction. All up, I reviewed about 600 geotech investigations. I was also asked to lecture at Central Queensland University in the area of geology and geotechnology on a part-time basis for about 20 years. I was lucky to win a Netherlands government scholarship in 1983, which enabled me to study in the Netherlands. This gave me a rather interesting international aspect of my work. My time involved in the Western Queensland Best Practice Guides around the year 2000 was particularly interesting. During this project, we reviewed the construction of about 25 years of construction work in the Western areas. The results of this investigation are still being used today. In 2006, I was appointed to Principal Engineer Concrete Technology in the Structures branch in Brisbane, and subsequently to the Director in charge of that area. And then about 10 years later, to the position of Director of Engineering Materials in Pavement Materials and Geotech. Throughout my career, I have always attempted to review research and undertake research in areas of interest as a basis for decision making. I have had a wonderful, rewarding career and would never have envisaged the possibilities which opened up to me following my acceptance of a scholarship with Main Roads when I had completed high school in 1966. Finally, I would like to thank those who nominated me and the panel which made the decision to give me this award. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations to Lex van der Stee, Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you all for being part of the National Transport Research Awards for 2020. What a year it's been. Huge congratulations to all the award winners across all the categories for this year. A tremendous expose of talent that we've seen from right across Australia. We look forward to joining you in 2021 for even more interest and talent, opportunities, developments, innovations in the transport sector right across Australia and New Zealand. That's it for now. Enjoy.